Reaching most educational goals will consist of completing both general education or GE courses and program or major courses. In this video, we will learn a little bit more about the general education patterns and courses available at CR. It's important to pick a general education pattern that will align with your educational goals. College of the Redwoods has 3 general education patterns available to students. The CR Associate Degree GE pattern is a pattern designed for students who are considering College of the Redwoods career educational or vocational programs. The California State University GE pattern is the pattern for students considering transferring to the California State University or CSU system. The IGETC or UCGE pattern is a pattern for students considering transferring to the University of California or the UC system. It's also a good pattern to start with for students who may be undecided to where they want to transfer. General education patterns can be located in the CR catalog and various sites on CR's webpage and in your program evaluation tool in WebAdvisor. Exploring first CR's Associate Degree GE pattern, we can see all of the areas that will need to be completed on the left-hand side of the page. These GE areas are Area A Natural Science, Area B Social Science, Area C Humanities, and Area D Language and Rationality. Area D has 3 sub-areas that must also be completed. Right next to each GE area, we can see the courses that can be completed to fulfill that area. So for example, Area A Natural Sciences, a student would need to complete just one course from this list to fulfill that GE area. For Area B Social Sciences, a student would need to complete just one course to fulfill that GE area, and so on. Many students will be able to select any one course of their choosing to complete most GE areas. However, it is important to look into your program or major requirements when choosing GE courses. Some programs have specific requirements or suggestions for GE courses that may be best to prepare you for your program and maximize your time, money, and coursework. For example, there's usually a math class that's best for you to take for your educational goal. For another example, students who are in programs that require some level of science may be able to take one science class that fulfills both GE and the program requirement. This type of example is called double counting courses and is always strongly encouraged. For a couple notes about this and all GE patterns, these GE areas do not have to be completed in the order they are listed. A student can begin with whichever GE areas make the most sense to their situation. Also, most courses are listed within each area and don't represent a sequence. For an example, we can look at the art courses in Area C. Art 1A is not required in order to take Art 1B, and Art 17 is not harder than Art 2 because it's a higher number. Instead, these numbers are symbolizing different course topics you can learn about. You can learn more about all of the different courses, their titles, and their content in WebAdvisor or the course catalog. Next, let's explore the CSU GE pattern. Similar to what we just saw with the last GE pattern, there's a variety of different GE areas that a student must complete. This pattern is much longer and contains more GE sub-areas because it's designed to complete the lower division general education requirements of a bachelor's degree. Every dark shaded box lists the instructions for completing the entire GE area and the sub-areas. The required sub-areas are listed in bold and followed by the courses that can be used to complete that GE sub-area. For example, Area A has 3 sub-areas, Area A1 Oral Communication, Area A2 Written Communication, and Area A3 Critical Thinking. So, you could take Communication Studies 1, 6, or 7 to fulfill Area A1 Oral Communication. English 1A would fulfill Area A2 Written Communication, and English 1B or Philosophy 1 or 12 would fulfill Area A3. You can pick whichever class makes the most sense for your interest and your goals to fulfill each area, though all of these 3 sub-areas would be needed to be completed in order to complete this larger GE Area A. While many GE areas can be completed with whichever course fits your interests or schedules, it's always important to consider your major, program, or transfer requirements when selecting your GE courses. Depending on your goal, there may be several GE courses that can be double counted or may be required to meet your program requirements or transfer requirements. Knowing what those are can save you valuable time, money, and coursework. Next, we'll look at the I Get C You See GE pattern. The I Get C GE pattern follows the same format where instructions are provided for completing each GE area and contains a variety of different sub-areas that must also be completed. However, with this pattern, there may be fewer courses to choose for any given GE sub-area. Students who want to keep their options open or are still unsure of their educational goal may want to start with the I Get C GE pattern. Students can always later switch to a different GE pattern that better aligns with their goals. For some notes that apply to all GE patterns, all courses last for one semester and not the entire year. Students can find CR's course schedule, course titles, and descriptions, as well as register for courses online via WebAdvisor. Every course also has a unit or credit value. Most of the courses that count towards GE are worth 3 to 4 units or credits. To be a full-time student, you must take at least 12 units per semester. This would mean that you're probably taking 3 4-unit classes or maybe 4 3-unit classes. To complete an educational goal within 4 semesters, you will need to complete at least 15 units per semester. So that may mean that you're taking up to 5 classes per semester to complete your program within 2 years. It's normal to wonder how many courses you should be taking and which courses might be right for you. That answer can depend on each student's personal situation and educational goals, so make sure to follow up with a counselor or advisor to talk about what might be the best for you. If you have further questions about which courses or GE pattern is right for you, we encourage you to reach out to the counseling and advising services at your campus. This concludes our video going over the different GE patterns available at CR.